Hello. Okay, so we're going to look at essential Excel formulas, Excel functions, sorry. So I have a folder in my desktop named Excel with this sales data. So we're going to be using that. Unfortunately, I'm using WPS, some spreadsheet here because my Excel is having me some problems. So I open Excel folder. Now I read this sales data. So this is not the beginning, and now we open a spreadsheet, and this is where we're going to do all our computations. I'm sorry it's taking time. Right. Okay, now it's open. So we don't need all this. I just want, let us just copy. In 10 observations, I think they are enough. Control C, then we open another worksheet. I want to copy it here. I want to paste it here. Alright, this is the date column, so don't want it for now. So let's delete these columns. Do this our cells. Alright, let me name them June, whatever. Let's just say June cells, and suppose let's say May sales. Whatever we put here, it's not important. Whatever is here. Alright, so let us make this bold, since this defines our variables, right? Okay, so we're going to perform our operations here. Alright, this is what the ID, it's not important. Let's delete this. Okay, now we are here. Alright, let's create another column here, and we name it total sales. So now we need to compute our total sales. Unfortunately, we are only considering May sales and June sales, but in real world scenarios, we are supposed to have 12 observations here from January to December. So now we want to use the sum function. Always make sure that you start with an equal sign whenever you are writing a function. So we say equals equal, and we put sum, then we open brackets. We just highlight what we want to add, then we put a comma, and we want to add with this. We close our brackets, then we click enter. When we click enter, it automatically computes the sum of these two observations. We can also use a range. If we click this cell, now we can look at this formula bar, and we see the formula. It's sum of H2, an element in H2. H, this is H, and this is row 2. So that we are taking this observation, and we add this observation to get this observation. Now to fill, Excel is very interesting, because if you want to fill up, we just click at this corner and we drag, and it fills the sum for all these other observations. Now we have our total sums symbol. Okay, we can have there are many other functions we can use. Let's say we want to take average sales. Let me say we want to have average sales. Average sales we just compute is equal to, and we write average. We open brackets, we want to take average of this and this, and we close our brackets, we click enter. Now we have the average, and if we want to compute the average values for all the other observations, we just drop down. Now we have the average sales. What also can we have? We can have minimum sales. Suppose we are having main observations, so we can simply compute the minimum for those observations. Click equal to, we use the min function, we open brackets, we are considering this, we put a comma and this, and we close our brackets, and don't forget to click enter. Now we drop down. This is very easy. The same way we can have maximum sales. Is equal to max May sales and June sales, since those are the only observations we have. And now we click the drop down. These are very simple Excel formulas, so I can't go on. We can also have count. Let me count is very interesting, especially when we are doing data exploration. We count. Now I want to select this range. It automatically gives you a range, and we click. What is the output here? The output here is 9, which means we have 9 observations. So count just computes the total number of observations in a given range. So there are more functions we can use. I want to consider a few logical functions. Let me say I want to use if function. Alright, let's say we want to compute a logical function such that if the maximum sales is greater than 100, we want to put yes, and if it's less than 100, we put no. So we say is equal to, then we put if, we open our brackets. Now we write our logical function. We say the maximum observation here, we said it should be greater than, we compute greater than, it should be greater than 100. If it's greater than 100, we want to return true. So here we write true. And if it's less than 100, we compute, let's say false. Whatever you put here and you click enter, you see here it's false. Why? Because it's less than 100. So if we drop down here, we can have our logical function automatically computed. And now you see, for all the observations which are greater than 100 in our maximum sales, we have it true, and for those which are less than 100, we have false. So this is one of a very interesting logical function, and the if function is usually used in data encoding when we are using, let's say, one-hot encoding or any other encoding technique. So now we can end here. There are more logical functions we can have, the AND or the AND function with the OR function, but they are very easy functions to use. So we are not going to waste time here.